Hey, welcome back to No Recipe Required. Hope you're doing well. I'm Dave. Today I want to show you how to make a corn and tomato salsa that I like to use as a flavoring for chicken tacos, or as a topping for chicken tacos. It's really a great, fresh, light ingredient. Gives the tacos a real boost of flavor. Let's get to it. I'm gonna take the kernels off the corn, then fry them in a frying pan to just cook them. I don't particularly like raw corn. Now you can just hold it on edge like this and then go straight down. One of the things that's a little challenging is as these kernels hit the board, they tend to scatter. So what I like to do, I just grab a tablecloth or a dish towel, spread it out, and actually crumple it up a little bit to get kind of a bowl shape. Then come back with the corn, put that right in there, and then go straight down. And as the kernels fall, they will just stay right on that tablecloth. You want to start at the top and just try and go down in one nice fluid motion, but if it takes you a couple times, that's fine. You want to get through them all. And then, once we've got that, you can go down the edges as well. Once we've got that corn off the cob, you can just take the tea towel, pour them right into a bowl. Now I'm going to put a frying pan on the stove and let that get hot. Then we're going to saute this corn. We'll come back and we'll cut up the other ingredients. Okay, so we're back. We're going to fry up the corn. I've got a non-stick pan on the flame heating up. You're going to want to get it essentially as hot as you can. Obviously the corn, you can see how small the kernels are. You want a really hot pan because you're not going to want to cook this for 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Or it's just going to turn to mush. You're looking for a very quick flame or a very quick cook and sear on the outside. We're going to try and get a little bit of color on it. So I've got that pan going. I'm going to add some olive oil to it. Now corn, raw corn isn't exactly like popcorn in terms of its popping capabilities, but it is similar and you can get some splattering around. So be careful adding the corn in. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Scrape it all out of there. You should get that good sizzle. I like to add a little salt and pepper like we always do. Give it a quick toss to coat it with the oil. And then just like we're searing a piece of meat, I'm just going to leave it alone and let it get golden brown on that side. We'll flip it once and then put it back on. Okay, so the corn has been cooking for just 2 or 3 minutes. You still want to make sure it's got that al dente taste to it, or a little crunch, a little bite to it, so you don't want to overcook it. But you do want to get some of that golden brown bits to it to give it that extra flavor and that caramelized flavor. Alright, so for our corn and tomato salsa, I've got some corn kernels that I took off the cob and then roasted just in a frying pan to get them nicely cooked. And then I've got a Roma tomato here that I've de-seeded and then cut in long strips like this. And then I'm going to go ahead and just dice these to get a nice dice about the same size and shape as our corn kernels. And then we'll go ahead and mix these together. I've also got some lime that I'm going to juice. We'll add some lime juice, we'll add some cilantro. Chopped cilantro, a little bit of shallot, put it all together, and we'll have our corn and tomato salsa. Alright, so I think we are ready to put our corn and tomato salsa together. I've got my corn that I roasted off here. This is fully cooked, and I've got my raw diced tomatoes. I'm just going to combine them in a bowl. I go, you can be pretty flexible on the ratio. This is probably 50-50 or so. Traditionally I'd say it's probably more tomato than corn, but I like that sweetness that the corn brings to it. So play with it, see what you like. Really, you're not gonna mess anything up. I've also got a little bit of raw diced shallot here. Now this one, a little bit can go a long way, so I'm probably gonna add a tablespoon or so, which is probably an eighth or so of the corn and tomato that are in there. And then I'm also going to add about a tablespoon of cilantro. which is a really classic flavor in salsas like this. To to bring it all together with a little bit of moisture, I'm going to go ahead and squeeze some lime in there. Probably juice of half a lime. You squeeze this one out. Sometimes your limes give a little more juice than not. This one's okay. We might need a little bit more. And then of course we need to season with some pepper and a little bit of salt. We mix it together, make sure everything's incorporated, and then give it a little taste. And this one's perfect. I'll see you next time on No Recipe Required.